Beards and Brains, what's up, guys? We're back at you. Another episode, as always, coming at you. And thank you guys for all the love and support. I'm Denny. As always, I got Craig here with me. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
How's everything been? How you guys doing? How's life?
Hopefully it's going well.
Hopefully it isn't.
It isn't.
Just kidding.
You don't want to go in well for
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. God, I was kidding, guys.
That's how we're starting the episode off
We're
already.
fucking starting to get off fucking with a bang.
That's fucked up.
As you can tell, I wore a black polo because I'm coming. It's the last day you guys will see me with a long ass beard.
What?
Yeah, I'm getting a haircut tomorrow, guys. So next episode, you're going to see me with a way smaller beard and a haircut. Haircut all gone.
No beard at all?
No, there's going to be a beard. What? Do I look like a vagina?
I'm just saying, what's going on here?
I look like a V-flat?
You didn't...
Come on now.
You didn't alert me that you were shaving the beard. Now it's going to be... You're the brain, I guess, and I'm the beard because we can't be Beardz and Brainz.
No, because I'm still going to have a beard. I'm just not going to have a very long one.
You sure?
Yes. I'm not going to take that shit off. Guys, do I look like a punani?
I mean, you don't have
to. Do I really look like it?
Well, you just spring this up on me and didn't tell me like you're shaving your shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm getting a haircut, very short, and then I'm going to get a shorter beard.
So you're wearing the black polo as like a funeral?
Funeral to my old self of being really long bearded, but I'm still gonna have a beard, guys. So we're still Beards and Brains, and we can still continue.
Oh well, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I was gonna say we're gonna have to change the name if you fucking shave it. You know?
We don't have to.
All right.
No, there's no way because you would still be Beard. I would just be the Brain.
Yeah, then we're in fucking trouble, huh?
Yeah, see, so it still works out, motherfucker. No, but for real, no, hell no. I can never get rid of the beard unless, like, something, like, tragic happened or something. You know, I don't know.
One of these days I'll show up, fucking cut my hair, shave. You'll never even know who the fuck I am. You know
well, you're going to shave, you're not going to have a beard?
One day, maybe I'll walk in here and surprise you.
You can't do that. We're Beards and Brains. We are no. What the fuck is wrong with you, sir? What? We cannot do that.
Who knows?
We have to have the beard.
One day I'll just surprise you.
And then you want to look like a fucking 12-year-old.
I was gonna say then I'll look like 12, like
12-year-old ass Craig coming in the house.
No, that ain't happening anytime soon. If it does, it'll be a spur.
No, I can't shave. If I ever, like I said, guys, the most I'll go like tapered, where it's just like straight to my face.
Yeah.
I'll probably go pretty short right now. We'll see.
Damn.
It's gonna be a new den.
Little den-den's growing up.
No, new den.
Oh, new den.
Yeah, exactly.
New den-den's growing up a little bit.
Yeah, just trying to look a little bit more, a little younger. I look like a fucking Sasquatch. Look at my hair, bro.
You're talking to the wrong person, motherfucker.
I know, but look at my hair, dude. For me, this is crazy, bro.
Just let it grow.
No,
let it grow.
No, dude, I can't. It's fucking with me. It's like fucking with me too much. But I am gonna probably leave it like I don't know. You guys will see.
Damn, I can't believe you're wearing a fucking funeral attire for your hair and your beard. It's like fucking Jordan Game 6, you know?
You know it. Great comparison. I love the comparison. That's what you compare it to because that's how fucking awesome beards are, okay? So you don't get rid of your beard. You just get it shorter, you know? But the reason I also want to do it, dude, is because it's, you know, as beards are, like in general, they just start going different directions.
Oh, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I almost burned mine off.
So that's why, yeah, you almost did. But like, I want to, you know, just get it cut and then it'll grow back out.
Yeah, that's fair. Then you'll see the progression of that. Then you'll have to wear black again.
Hell yeah.
And do it again.
Until the end of time. Until, because I'm not going to ever shave this off. If I shave this off, guys, I will literally look like I'm 4.
Yeah, you look like you're fucking...
People have told me already I have a baby face. You imagine if I took this shit off? No, man, it would be bad. And then get a fade.
Oh, shit.
Fade it off. Then I'll definitely look like a fucking 3-year-old.
Damn.
All right, guys. So welcome to the episode.
So what we got? What do you got in store now that you're, you know, we went through your haircut now. So what else we got in store here?
Would you want me to just spring something else out on you, like something fucking crazy?
Oh,
like,
you got
hey, we got signed.
To what exactly?
Some fucking company that fucking wants to give us a lot of money. I don't give a shit.
That would be sick.
Just get me out of this duplex.
Shit, if you fucking spring that on it, what? Now we're talking, but that would be a good way to do it. I just, after our last episode, I just want to kind of recap on the finals here real quick.
Yeah, dude, it's not going good. Not going good for my man's Kyrie. He really is.
Dude, he's disappeared.
He's disappearing, but like I was telling you earlier, I do believe they're kind of fouling him. But it is what it is.
Well,
it is what it is.
When he goes,
we'll see.
I think he's gonna Game 3. He'll be back to what you expected.
At home.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
going home, he might be there. But he needs to be that in Boston for them to win, because right now Luka's just depleted. That motherfucker's just so like hurt right now. So
and he's getting shut down by Jaylen Brown, by Drew Holiday, like even Derek White. They're just containing the fuck out of him.
No, they are. So they're playing well, and not just that. I just think they're really just saying, hey, we'll beat up Kyrie. We'll worry about Luka just going off for his 25, 30.
Get his.
And they'll just beat up Kyrie. But I mean, Kyrie's been okay. He hasn't been bad. He hasn't been good.
Yeah.
But I think he'll turn it around in the next few games. They need to win both games. They need to. It's a must.
If they give up one in Dallas, it's over.
Yeah.
You ain't going to come back from 3-1 or 3-0.
Definitely not. They got to figure out a game plan, and Drew Holiday fucking torched them.
Dude, he's playing great.
He torched them. He played offense and defense. He was on a roll. Very impressed by. I'm impressed by him in general. I think he's a good player.
I told you he's a good defense. Yeah, I didn't expect him to be scoring like he is,
but not like the way he's scoring.
Gosh, I maybe like 12 or something.
He's kicking ass right now. But Boston's Boston. They got to win. Everyone knows it. Everyone said it. They got to the finals very easily. They got to win. That's just what it is.
We've seen, as Suns fans, 2-0 doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, it doesn't mean anything. It's not until the home team loses that's really a series, as they say, because.
Well, no. Think about this. Last year against Denver, they were up 2-1.
Who?
Last year, Boston against Denver.
In the finals?
Yeah.
Was that last year?
Yeah, they were down. And Denver came back and won the series.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. 2-0 means nothing at all.
I personally just think that they fucking dodged the bullet, man. Like,
what? You play the teams in front of you. It don't matter.
No, you're right, but they did dodge a bullet. They did. Most of those guys are injured, hurting.
Yeah, but you could say that every single year. You could say that when the Suns went on their run. You could say that when
I do say that when the Suns went on their run.
And
I do say that.
Every single year you could say that for whatever team, one of the teams that go to the finals or wins it. You could say, oh, this team had an injured player. Oh, this team had... I mean, the Pacers, they didn't have Halliburton and they got that far, I mean, he played some of it, but...
Yeah.
It's next man up. If you have a deep team or a good enough team, you're going to win without it, right?
Well, then they should win the championship, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then.
I mean, I picked Boston to win it all, so... Before the playoffs started. So we're gonna see what happens. I
want the Suns to win it all.
Well, of course, so do I. But
fuck both of these teams.
And the current
fuck both of them.
In the current moment, the Suns are in trouble
I don't think they're in trouble.
The
I don't believe it until after this next year.
Absolute trouble.
I think they're going to be very in trouble after this year. But this year, I'm giving them the whatever.
It's gonna be the same as this year.
We'll see.
That's my prediction. Same shit as this year.
I don't know if it's going to be the same. But
maybe not a sweep in the first round, but they're not going to be...
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. They might be out second round instead of first.
There you go. They're not going anywhere. They're not
well, who knows?
Anything.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what they could put together. And 1 year in.
All right, we got to see
this fucker's tenure here. So
we'll see
give him a benefit of the doubt.
Once free agency hits and what they do.
Yeah. Who drops off?
Who
wants too much money and doesn't get it and then settles. Kind of like, Schroeder, shit like that.
There's rumors that the Suns want to trade their pick for, and package it for whatever to go get some guys.
I do it. Go ahead and do it and go get yourself like a vet or a guy that's a little, not a vet, but like a guy that's like 26, 27, runs the offense, someone off the bench that's doing good. You're going to need it. You're going to need a point guard. So whatever happens, whatever you got to do, you got to do.
So we'll see. I think
or do you just take with the 22 pick, do you just take like a power forward like they were saying? But there's no one available. Everyone in the fucking draft right now is kind of boo-boo ass.
Yeah, there's gonna be a diamond in the rough here or there, like we talked about
Yeah,
before.
no. I think there's gonna be 2 or 3 good players that comes out of this draft.
Oh, definitely there always is. I mean,
Yeah.
Jokic was drafted like number 42 or 44
Yeah.
or something like that overall. So those
Maybe a few more than 2
know,
or 3, but
that's gonna happen. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like elite dudes, like 2
yeah,
or 3 maybe that come
yeah,
out.
yeah. And I don't know. I hope Suns pick up one, or they trade it and get someone that's really gonna help them out for another 5 years. You know, someone that will stick, someone that could be good enough, you know, to be here for a little bit longer than a year.
I just think it's gonna be hell for the next good 5 years. It's gonna be absolute. We're gonna go back to the
I don't think it's gonna be as bad as people make it seem like.
Dog shit days.
I don't think it's gonna be like that
You're
at all.
gonna see the Suns arena fucking
No,
empty because nobody
absolutely
wants
not.
to be there because they're not
Absolutely
winning.
not. Absolutely not.
That's what I'm predicting.
That's a bad prediction.
I hope not.
Good prediction, though. Bad prediction at the same time.
Yeah, I don't want
Good
that.
prediction, but bad one at the same time, sir.
That's not what I want.
I know, but I just don't see that. I don't see Matt Ishbia letting that happen. Whatever he's got to do.
He put himself in trouble with the cap.
It don't matter though.
And then with
in 2 years from now, his cap it won't be the same. It'll be a little bit different.
No, but he's still gonna be strapped because he has to re-sign dudes and.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean,
I don't think it's gonna be an empty arena ever again here in Arizona. That will never happen again.
I mean,
I think that 10-year fucking drought, that was the worst you'll probably ever see the Phoenix Suns get. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see anything.
I'm not saying.
I think you're gonna see the Phoenix Suns fighting for 8th spot, 9th spot, or they will be always in the playoffs from here on out.
I'm telling you, dude. The having no draft picks after this year.
I don't think it matters. I don't think draft picks matters as much as people think they do.
Dude, how do you get a Booker? How do you get a Jokic? How do you get a Giannis? How do you get a Tim Duncan? How do you get a
You could also get them in free agency. That's how you get them.
If they're available or willing to come to your team.
Wow, they would. Oh, anyone will come to Phoenix. Everyone likes the Phoenix Suns now. It's not what it used to be.
Okay, they got KD because Booker. Okay, sure, but Booker's time is going to come to an end, and then
Chris Paul came here, helped us out. Without Chris Paul, I don't think our culture would be what it is today. We were a mess when Chris Paul came in. We were still like kind of a mess. He came in and changed the whole culture.
Partially. I would say the other person that changed the culture was Kelly Oubre.
Yes and no, but that's for hype.
Yes,
I'm talking about what you made a difference,
like the swag,
but made a difference as far as getting you getting in the playoffs, playing hard basketball, playing defense, etc.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I think it started with Chris Paul. I don't think.
Well, he gave him a winner's mentality.
I think Sarver is long gone. I don't think we're gonna ever have to worry about those days ever.
But I don't. Well, to me, it's not about the. I mean, it is about the owner, but at the same time, it's about you have until 2030. You have no draft picks.
They'll figure it out.
How you build your team if you have no way to draft?
They'll figure it out.
It makes zero sense.
They'll figure it out. Give up someone. They'll give you 2 draft picks.
Well, you trade KD. Trade KD now for 2.
No, or just anyone like a Grayson Allen 2 years down the line. You just need to get rid of them. Bam, you get 3 draft picks. Someone gives you 3 draft picks for them.
But they're not good draft picks. They're not going to trade
a top pick. How do you know that?
Pick.
It's just like now. Why would we want these draft picks from this year or next year? Next year, they're probably not even going to be good either.
Who knows?
Nothing's coming out.
And then after that, it's going to be all. I mean,
and not just that. When you talk about draft picks, bro, we're not looking at number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. We're better than all that. We're looking at 7.
What number is
12
drafted? Okay,
or 13.
13. Yeah. What number is Kobe drafted? 13.
13. Same as Booker.
Like I said, Jokic 42. So it's not about. It is about the number, but it's not necessarily about being the top 10.
But that's one guy. You still need to surround him with 4 other people and 5, 6 other guys.
If you don't have a
you don't
place
need it.
to
you don't need it. You got Devin Booker until fucking 2035. He's still fucking. What are you talking about? The kid's 27 years old.
Sure, well, we give him another big contract. Have nobody here.
And he stays here till he's 36.
It's just him because there's no draft picks, so it's just him.
It's not how that makes no sense. Now you're being a little bit over dramatic. Because think about it. That you said till 2030. That's only 6 more years. He's gonna be 31 by then.
6 more years
in 6 more years.
Well,
that's not gonna happen though. First of all, so I don't even know what you're fucking talking about. That's not gonna happen.
Because there's no.
It's not gonna happen.
They won't have the cap space.
That's not gonna happen. They'll figure it out. It doesn't matter who it is. They'll figure it out. They'll give up someone. Someone will be available to trade.
When does that
They'll
work?
figure that out.
When does that work?
They'll figure it out.
Ever in the history of the NBA, how many times
It's
has that worked?
It's worked with good organizations. It's worked.
Spurs, that was all drafted.
No, not all of
Tim
Spurs
Duncan,
is drafted.
Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili was all drafted. Derrick Robinson drafted. Now Wemby drafted.
That's one team in the last 90 years.
The Warriors, same thing.
That's two teams in the last 90 years. You're still not giving me a good percent.
The Nuggets. With them winning last year.
That's 3 teams in the last 90 years. You're still not giving me a good...
I'm just naming team after team here.
But that's 3. If you could give me half of how long the NBA has been around for 73 years, if you could say out of 73 years, it's never worked 50 times out of the 70, then I would say that problem is... But it hasn't. There's been like 9 teams in 90 years or with 73 years the NBA's been around where it's
Lakers.
They have been that good.
The Showtime Lakers.
Okay, so you're going to probably reach 10.
Boston.
So 10%. Dude, I don't want that 10%.
You don't want championship teams that win multiple
titles?
What
I'm trying to say is
at least one?
What I'm trying to say is those teams, just because they did it doesn't mean that you can't do it in other ways. You could find other ways to be able to get draft picks.
But why squander your own draft picks?
Who cares? Because of now. They want to win now. Who cares about the future? I don't give a fuck about the future. I don't. Because I sat in 10 years being a fucking shitty-ass organization. I don't give a fuck about their draft picks. I want to play now. I want them in the playoffs now. I want them to be good now. And honestly, if you think about it, with Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges, they wouldn't have been any better this year. It would have been the same result.
But they would have the future to look forward to build upon it. Now they have no future to build upon it.
Who cares about that? You gave up one guy because I've told you a million times Cam Johnson is not good. Well, you only gave up one guy. Okay. So you gave up one guy. Who cares? You just got Grayson. There's a future. But there you go. Keep Grayson around. You're about to pay O'Neal too. There's your future. 2 for 1. I'll take the 2 for 1 special. Grayson's super good.
I like Grayson. I like both of them. I really like Grayson. But if it's all about building upon, and you can't do that if you don't have draft picks.
No, yes you can.
We're never going to agree on this because
yes you can. But you could get draft picks. That's why I don't agree on it because you could get them.
A 34th pick in the second round.
Who cares? Like you said, like Jokic 42.
I know,
it should work. No, it's an asset. You can't just pick and choose.
It's better than nothing.
You can't just pick and choose.
But you
got to understand that the Suns are never going to be 13th overall pick in the draft pick ever again. That's not happening. They'll never even be top 5 ever again.
Because they're not going to get the lottery pick because of the fucking
they never will. They never will because they have an owner that gives a fuck. That's why they never will. That he is going to put his money talks. As much as you don't believe it in the NBA, as much as you don't think it does, it talks. And he don't give a fuck about fucking under the threshold, over thresholds, how much he gets penalized, how much they fucking fine him. He doesn't care.
Dude, it's like the Lakers when they throw all this money at these guys and then they don't win shit. Like, it doesn't matter. Money matters.
How many championships does Lakers have?
What, 17?
17. Thank you. How many does the Suns have?
But when did they win?
Exactly.
When did they win?
Throw money.
When they drafted.
Throw money.
They drafted Magic.
You'll keep throwing money, and those draft picks will come in somehow, and then you'll be able to draft, and then you'll get these assets. That's how you do it. You throw money, like Lakers have done it. That's why they're a great organization.
No.
The Warriors finally figured out how to be a great organization
by drafting.
No, in 2009, they still threw money. They threw money at KD, and they didn't need to.
Because they already were established with their 3 main guys.
Because they have to do with anything. They still threw money at a guy they didn't need.
Because they already had the core.
It doesn't matter. They still made it up for. So then I'm going to say they couldn't do it without KD.
They did it without KD. What are you talking about?
Now, 2 years ago, but right now when they were
They did it prior to KD as well.
One championship.
Okay, so they won it.
What are you talking about?
He left OKC.
What are you talking about? They won 2 championships.
They've won 4.
He won 2 championships.
They won 1 without him. Then he went to them because they beat him.
They only won 1 without him and 1 with him. 1 without.
They won
2 without him and 2 with him.
That's my point. They won without him.
So who's better?
Brought him, but 2. They did. That's the whole point. Is they were an established team. They were established guys. Won already without him. Then he came. Okay, so you had 1 free agency dude, but they already had their core. Then they went 1 without him because they drafted well.
It doesn't matter. You're still naming me 2 fucking organizations that did it. And it doesn't give me enough probability for me to keep doing that. because I'm not getting the players. And the Suns have a bad history of drafting. So what you're asking,
because their organization,
that's on them then.
GMs,
So they can't draft. So what do? We're not good at drafting. We're gonna just spend money.
No, you get a good GM in here.
No, James Jones is not a bad GM. This has nothing to do with James Jones.
It all has to do with him. Making the trade for KD started it all.
That was not James Jones. That's not James Jones. The KD trade was obviously not James Jones. And you should know that.
The Beal trade was probably worse than the KD trade.
The KD trade wasn't even James Jones. It's been fucking Ishbia.
You don't think James Jones has a say in that?
No. I think James Jones at this point, this first year in office, I think fucking Ishbia literally came in and was like, I do what I say. After this, you clean up.
Then that's a bad owner.
Maybe.
Then that's a bad owner. And I've seen that with Jerry Jones for how many 30 years now.
Okay, well,
so it's the same thing.
But you can't say that after 1 year.
The predicament that the Suns are put in because of that move, I can say that for now. Until he proves otherwise.
That's not enough time to give someone enough time to even understand what this organization is.
The repercussions for the bad move that he made twice?
The person that made the most bad moves for this organization was Robert Sarver. That was it.
But I'm talking about currently. I'm not talking about
I don't care, but prior. I care about prior because prior, the reason we were in those predicaments is because we had a cheap-ass owner. And what you're asking is for a cheap-ass owner again.
No, what I'm asking is for a smart owner, not one that just throws money.
How is it not smart? How do you know it's not smart? You don't know that.
You get swept in the first round. It's not working.
You got swept in the first round because you have no defenders. So what do? You get more defenders.
Because you had no money to go get anybody.
That was this year, but next year they do. They have assets. They have guys they could give up. They have a few guys that people would love to have on their team. No problems.
Who?
I'll get fucking Eubanks.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, they do. He's hustle. Yeah, they do. You could get
but what are you going to get?
You could get a late first round or early second round draft pick.
I doubt it.
I'll take it.
I doubt
it. Yeah, you will. You can. You 100%. Because he's an established NBA player.
Okay, I understand that, but that doesn't mean
you could always any NBA player that's established and gets time in the NBA the way Eubanks did is going to be able to get a second round draft pick, at least 1-for-1.
If a team wants to give up a draft pick,
they would.
Maybe
they wouldn't. But even him. But Grayson is still on the table. O'Neal is still on the table. They got a lot of people on the table.
They just re-signed both of them. They're not getting rid of them. So
they haven't re-signed. They haven't re-signed O'Neal yet.
Well, they're going to.
They might. I don't know if they will.
Them two. They're going to re-sign.
They have Bull. Everyone else is gone. Everyone else has got. Kogie's gone. What's his name is gone. Eubanks is probably gone. Who else? Probably. You know who you have it? Nurkic. They want to get rid of Nurkic, and that's a big thing right there. Now you can get 2 or 3 draft picks for him.
Him, I can see getting a draft pick, but who are you going to find in the league that's going to replace him?
I don't need anyone else. You just fucking put the
who are you gonna put there?
You get someone. You get someone on a 1-year contract for right now until you figure it out for the next year.
But then that's
because you want draft picks.
But see how
draft
this works.
Picks. No, that's stupid.
So let's just put it for
draft pick shit is stupid.
Listen,
Craig.
You put it for a year. Okay, the next year you're stuck in the same situation because you only get a year. Okay, then you do it again and you do it again and it doesn't work and it doesn't work and it doesn't work and it doesn't work.
What does that? How do you know? We're not even there yet. You're talking in the future that hasn't even happened yet.
I'm saying that model that you just said. Okay,
you don't know that. You don't know that.
Guy for a year.
You don't know that
because it's not working.
It's not working for 1 year, so you think it's not working?
Correct.
That's stupid.
Not only is it not working for a year,
that's stupid. That means that you shouldn't even expect to get draft picks because if you can't even be patient after 1 year, that means you're not going to be able to be patient for even a rebuild or new guys coming in to figure out.
Well, you can't rebuild if you don't have draft picks.
It doesn't matter though. They will. How much do you want to bet in 3 years that they're going to have more draft picks than they do now?
1?
You want to bet?
You got fucking.
I will guarantee you at least 5 new draft picks that they will get. And I'll say I told you so.
That they trade away because
it doesn't matter. They have 5 new draft picks. That's what you want.
Yes. Not to trade away.
No, Craig. Either you want A or B. It's not. Oh yeah, I want this and that, and I want players to come here and this and that. It's either you want players to come here or you want draft picks.
Draft picks.
I don't care about those fucking draft picks. Fuck all you motherfuckers coming into the league right now. I don't give a fuck about you. I want established guys in the NBA. That's what I want. and you go see this year it'll be done differently. They might not win shit.
Then what's the point if you're not winning?
You'll win, but you're not gonna win a championship. But it doesn't matter.
What is the point?
That win? That doesn't. The point is you're not a fucking shitty team for 10 years again. That's the point.
Okay, so be mediocre.
Yes. Get in the fucking playoffs. At least you get money, revenue, and as time goes by, from that money and revenue, you're able to make a better team.
So you just
that's what happens.
Sit right in the middle.
Yes. I'd rather be that than be a top 1 through 5 and getting draft picks. Yes, 100%.
Well, if you get a good draft pick, you build a good guy.
No, I don't want any of that. I don't want it. I don't want to trust any of these dudes. I trust the guys in the NBA. Bring me a guy from the NBA. I think that the Suns are that well and that liked that they'll be fine. So when people 2-3 years from down the line, people will want to come here. So it won't even matter. When KD's gone, there's money on the table. When Beal's gone, there's money on the table. Then you could sign whoever the fuck you want. You got money.
That's not current.
What are you talking about?
Beal's signed 3 years?
Durant, it doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter. He's gone. And Beal will not be here for 3 years. You'll see he will get traded.
Oh, hopefully,
it'll just be in a package, blah, 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 and whatever, it'll happen. But he ain't going to be here forever. He's here for this year. Okay. Maybe. Until maybe like the middle, probably like trade deadline. Don't be surprised if he's gone at trade deadline.
Well, with the way the contract is and the way the team is built, it wouldn't surprise me, as he's not a traditional point guard. So what are you going to do with him? So I get that.
Bring him off the bench, as what I've said. The Suns will be a stronger team if he comes off the bench.
The problem is
what's so hard about that? I think, bro, I really do think like the Suns will be all right. I think that everything is just blown over the proportion. I think no one could say anything unless they're inside that office.
I mean, fair, but...
So I think let them just do whatever they got to do.
Well, that's the only thing you can do.
Well, that's what you got to... You have to do that. You got to give it time. It's only been 1 fucking year. But what if they come out this year? Let's say they come out this year and they win a championship. Was it worth it?
Then I'll change my fucking tune, But
was it worth it then? Because then you can't say, it's not. Because now you won a championship. Now you don't know what the fuck happened. Because you know when championships happen, when you win championship, some people want to get paid, overpaid. Yeah. People are leaving. Now where? Where are you sitting now? Okay. Are you okay with winning 1 championship?
Then it
in
paid
a way,
off.
I say yes.
Then it paid off.
I say yes, but I'm okay with winning 1 championship and sucking for like 3-4 years for next year. Well, I'd rather do that.
If they win a championship, everything that's happened has paid off. But in the current situation, they are far from a championship team.
Of course. Obviously. But let them do what they got to do. It's not even the offseason barely just began.
I know. But
it's not even over. It's not even began yet. There's 2 teams playing.
No, I understand that, but
let them figure it out. Let them put guys out there. Let them put Nurkic out there. Maybe that'll attract some... a 1 draft pick and then a decent player. Let that fucking play out, bro. You don't need fucking centers. Obviously, you could tell in the NBA, you don't need centers. So what do? Just go get someone in the NBA that will take 1 or 2 year contract, play center.
I'm not even talking about center. I'm talking the whole fucking team.
Okay, but you don't need a whole team. Right now, you're good through 8, 7-ish. Right now, you need 8, 9, 10. You need guys that are able to fill in during the season, help you out. Yes, that's what it is. They're good through 7. You can't say they're not.
They're not championship worthy through 7 right now.
Then they should get rid of them.
I agree. That's what I'm.
That's it.
But they can't.
Yes, they can.
Because they don't have the cap space, and nobody's going to trade for.
That's not true. That's not true. You never know. People have said a lot about that stuff, and then you've seen players get signed, and you're like, what the fuck? Why would they get? That's not true. Let them do that. Let them put that player out there. Let them put information out there about them where it could catch on and they could just get traded. I mean, how do you know? They go, the Suns are looking for 2 second-round draft picks for Nurkic. And some idiot in the NBA doesn't go, we like him. We need a fucking center like that. We're going to do it. We're already good as it is, so we need the center. I think this is really going to help us. Why wouldn't you do that? You have everything working for you. You still have good players. Kevin Durant is older, but he's still a good player. Beal is not terrible. You obviously see what has some potential. Maybe he has an explosion of a year, and you have Bam, you have an ability to
He's
to
regressed every year. His injury
because of his
he
injuries.
played how many years
Because of
or how
his
many games
injuries.
this year?
But this year he was the healthiest he's been in the last 5 years or
No,
3-4 years.
2 years ago he had his best year, and that's what they're banking on him averaging because he averaged whatever high 20s or whatever he averaged.
25 a game.
Yeah, that ain't coming back. That's gone.
But you don't know that.
It's gone.
You don't know that.
With the way he's injured, how many times the ball is going to go around when you're.
I just think he's used wrong.
Not happening.
I think he's used wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's been used wrong.
I agree.
So I think he can average 20 to 25 if he's used the right way.
Then that means
the way he was used in Washington.
Okay,
if you go look at the way he was used in Washington.
Who did he have help?
How was he used? How was he used? Stop about the help shit. How was he used?
That matters because he was the only scorer on that team.
It doesn't matter because he was used in the way he should be used.
But think about
so regardless, he still would be able to average 20 points a game, whether it's not 25 or 30. He could still average 20 points a game on efficient shots if he's put in the best situations to score.
But
he could be like 10. He could be like 10 of 12. 12 shots is not that many shots when you have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker on the team.
Okay.
For being the third guy.
I'll give you that. But what you're saying is him to play like he did in Washington. But in Washington, it was just him. He had nobody else that needed to score, so he's going to put up.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it. But he was still efficient. Look at his efficiency in Washington. It was because everything was designed for him, right? So you design some more shit for him on the Suns.
You can't if you have Durant and Booker too.
No, I said some. You have to. You just paid a dude billions of dollars to be here. You have to. It's not about you can't. It's you have to. If you're fucking what's his name? Bud, Coach Bud. You need to fucking 100% make sure Bradley Beal averages like 18 points a game. That should be a goal. If I was a coach on that team, that would be either he's traded or that's a goal. He's averaging 18 points a game. What do? You develop plays for him. And yes, you have to develop plays for him.
I mean,
and that's it. That's it. And you tell Kevin Durant and fucking Devin Booker, sorry, I'm the coach. Because they never had a fucking coach that said that. I'm the coach. You guys hear me out. I will make you guys successful. Or you guys could fucking fail. That's all it is. That's what good coaches do. They put you in positions to win, positions to score, in positions to be a good player. So he has 3 good players. He should put all those 3 players in positions to be good players.
Okay, so he'll be better than Vogel. I'm just telling you.
10 times better because he's an offensive player. He's an offensive-minded coach.
And he's probably a better coach than Vogel.
Yes, but not defensively. He's going to need help, which he has it from Fizdale.
Which is fine because you don't got defensive players anyway.
Fizdale is actually a good fucking defensive player. They just didn't want to play defense, and I don't think it's they. I think collectively as a team, they didn't click. This has nothing to do with, because they don't have the talent, they can't. No, they could all defend just as a team. That team did not click. There was a lot of things there that shouldn't be there, how they happened. Nurk is not supposed to be there. I think as much as he liked everyone, I think that personally everyone else kind of probably thought he was annoying. That's just my opinion.
Where's that coming from?
That's just my opinion.
Where's that coming from?
Because I just do. That's how I believe. That's what I believe because no one comes out to defend him. You ever see anyone from the Suns defend Nurk? Nobody. There's a reason for that. It's because he runs his mouth and he can't back it up and then misses 2-foot fucking dunks.
I mean,
I don't have time for that, man. I get that dude out of there. I don't need a guy like that. I'll put Eubanks as the center for the whole season. Fuck out of here. At least that guy goes and fucking gets rebounds and blocks shots.
Now you're just talking shit.
No, well, it doesn't matter. I don't need him. I don't need Nurk.
I'm not saying he's the savior by any means or anything.
He's gone. I think he's gone. He's gonna be traded. We're gonna get a draft pick, your little beloved draft pick, and probably a player.
Okay.
That won't matter. That draft pick will never matter. Ever.
Because you're going to be doesn't know how to draft.
No, because you're going to look into 2030, they're going to still be a decent team. And you're going to be like, well, that was a waste of time. I thought they were going to be shitty and the worst team in the NBA and blah, blah, blah.
Well, guys.
Never happen. It will never happen.
In 2000, I don't know, 27, 28,
they'll be a decent team.
We'll watch back on this and see.
They'll still be a decent team.
They're going to be in hell.
No, they won't.
Unfortunately.
No, they won't. They made y'all believe everything. They said it on the news. They said it on everything. Everyone believed it. Stephen A. said it. You believed it. All the news outlets said it. You believed it. I don't believe it. The team doesn't believe it. Ishbia doesn't believe it.
I haven't seen anybody say anything because I don't watch.
Everyone has said it. Everyone has said the same bullshit. And the only people that are saying...
It's basic knowledge to understand that that's what's going to happen.
No, it's not basic knowledge. It's just people talking shit about a guy that just came into the thing and he lost the first round with 3 guys that are supposed to be...
He got fucking swept.
It doesn't matter.
All this money.
It doesn't matter, but that's the point. That's the point. That's the only reason there's talks. There's nothing... The talks aren't logical. They're not good.
They are logical.
They're not logical. They're not. The Suns are actually still a good team.
They're good, sure.
They
but
need
they're not
assets around them to make them better.
They're not a championship contention team by any means.
They could be with some tweaks.
Not with this team.
With some tweaks, yes, they could be.
Not tweaks that they can do due to
what
they currently have.
Yeah, they can. They can still do it. Yeah,
unless they go get fucking, I don't know, whoever, like somebody, a big name.
No, they don't need even a big name. They don't even need a big name. You see in the NBA, you don't need big names to win. You only need one guy. Technically, one guy.
Let's see. The 2 finals teams both have 2, if not 3, depending on who you want to talk about. The Denver.
But you need one guy and
Denver
4 good guys behind you.
Denver last year had
just Joker. Jamal Murray wasn't that good last year.
What? He fucking killed it in the finals.
The series before in the finals he wasn't that good. Just like
he played good in the finals. He played good.
He disappeared this year. Who cares?
He had some games, but
at the 3 games that he was good, he disappeared.
I'd take that over what the fucking Suns did this year. So
hey, and guess what? It doesn't matter though. You're comparing the Suns, and the Suns were shit 4 years ago.
So were the Nuggets.
The Nuggets were a decent team. They were a decent team starting in 2017. They had a lot more years above us already decent team. And especially when they had Carmelo.
Oh, fuck that. That guy's a fucking...
No, Carmelo was great. Carmelo was great with the Nuggets. He was great with the Nuggets.
Carmelo's probably the most overrated player possibly in the history of the NBA.
I wouldn't say the most overrated player.
No. Ball hog. That's why...
I think he's a ball hog, but I don't think he's overrated.
He catches the ball, you know what he's doing. He's shooting. He's completely overrated. Yeah, he scored a lot, but nobody
He was great on the Nuggets. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's why he didn't go anywhere. Like as far as in the playoffs.
Talking about? He took him the farthest at the time. The Nuggets the furthest. He's the one who fucking took him so far.
With AI and with Kendrick
Martin. Before that, by himself.
Yeah, they do. No.
Stop. Carmelo Anthony is one of the best scorers to ever touch a basketball.
But he fucking doesn't have a ring for a reason because he's
So Barkley doesn't either. Nash doesn't either.
Not
for a
because
reason.
Of them.
No, for a reason.
Not because of them.
No, for a reason. They couldn't get it done. They couldn't get it done, Craig. They couldn't get it done.
You think Melo's better than both of them? You are retarded. If you think Melo better than Nash and Barkley, Melo?
Carmelo is a different player.
I agree, but you're saying you're trying to compare them.
But I'm trying to say, who cares if they didn't win a ring? You're trying to compare rings. Who gives a fuck about the rings? He was still a good player.
Good, sure, but he's not great. Like
how many All-Stars was he a part of? 13 or some shit like that. How are you not a good player if you're part of All-Star? If you're an All-Star, you're an All-Star. Regardless of what you say, the world and everyone besides you, Craig, thinks that they're All-Star. So how are you going to say he's not just because you think he's overrated? That's like, I hate Kobe, but I still think he's top 3, 4 best to ever touch a basketball.
I couldn't stand Kobe, and he's up there.
But
that's fine.
It's still the same. You can't say that just because you don't like him. Carmelo's one of the best fucking basketball players to ever touch a basketball and could shoot it in that hole. One of the best people to ever put it in that hole, bro.
He could score, but he was a ball. He did nothing on defense.
Who cares? That's all he needed to do. In my opinion, there wasn't coaches that gave him the right tools and put him in the right position to be
even better to win. Right position?
No, obviously not. Obviously not. How many championships does he have?
I have no idea, actually.
No, he probably won with Seattle, right? Didn't he win any with Seattle?
They got beat by
got beat by Jordan. That's right. So, no. But that's beside the point. Who cares about Carl? He didn't get it done. Plus, they didn't even get along.
Well, who got exactly? Nobody got along with Melo, really.
Well, no one got along with George Karl either.
Well, I don't know, but
Yeah, he smoked those cigarettes. Sounded like he smoked like 9 packs fucking cigarette within 2 hours. Like, I'm like, bro, what the fuck, dog?
oh, we are going off the rails this episode.
No, this is a great off the rails because it's the truth. You're worried about the Suns 5 years from now. Worry about them now, bro. Worry about them now.
Well, I see
They've
what
sucked for fucking ages, and they're finally decent.
No, they suck.
They're still decent. You can't say they suck.
They got swept.
They've
been embarrassed the 2 years prior.
They're better than 80% of the league.
No.
Yes, they are. They're better than 80% of the league. They're part of the 8 teams. I'm not going to do the math
right now, but
they're part of the 8 teams.
On the West, then you have the East.
Who cares?
Okay.
I'm talking about that percentage.
Okay, then that's half the league.
No. I'm talking about the full league, 32 teams.
Okay.
Out of 32 teams, they're part of. They're top 8 better. I think they're the top 8 best teams in the league. Period. Right now. What happened this season was a fluke. They had a lot of fucking injuries.
That's not a fluke.
Yes, it is. Why not? You didn't get enough time to fucking play together.
You didn't even compete in the playoffs.
Who cares?
You barely get in the playoffs.
Who cares? And you also were missing Grayson Allen for 2 games. He didn't come back. You got to blame it on that. So if you got to say that, they weren't healthy. That's why they lost.
One player, not even their superstar player. And I'm a big Grayson Allen fan.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay, so you're gonna blame the loss and the sweep on Grayson Allen being injured?
Oh yeah, one of them. Yeah, he's one of the reasons because
it hurt.
You need him.
It hurt him not being there.
You needed his threes.
But if KD's and Booker and fucking
KD had a great fucking playoffs. What are you talking about?
As good as they should be.
What the fuck are you talking about? KD had one of the most efficient, best playoffs in history. They even said it.
But look.
What are you smoking right now?
Listen, them 3, if they're as good as they should be.
You know who didn't show up? Your beloved ass fucking 13th overall pick. The guy that you're talking about. His name is Devin Booker.
I know
that's who didn't show up. Not fucking Kevin Durant. It was Devin Booker. If you want to talk about Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal was already, you knew what you're going to get from him as it is. So you have Kevin Durant and you have his fucking Robin or Batman or wherever you want to put Devin Booker in this whole scenario. And he doesn't even show up for like 3 games.
I agree. It was a fucking choke fest.
I'm not going to blame them because Devin didn't show up. What I'm saying is I'm blaming them, but I'm not going to blame them that much because I believe that whatever happened to Devin Booker this season, something happened there. I don't know what the fuck it was. He was disengaged all season. I think he's going to be a different animal next season. I think he's going to go back to that.
That's what we said last year, at the end of last year, after they got fucking embarrassed. Exact same thing.
So then is Devin Booker's ass?
No, he's a good player.
Okay, then.
I like the guy.
So either you have to have faith in him or you say this team fucking sucks, fuck this whole team, and you're not a fan anymore.
I'm not going to Dude, I was a fan when they were the
Exactly. So why would you not just let it fucking play out for another year?
I'm a fan, and I think there's better ways that things could be done, so I'm going to criticize it.
Yeah, then you go do it.
I would. If I was
you wouldn't!
If I was GM, this whole fucking thing would be completely different.
You say that, bro, but it's not that easy.
If I was GM, this whole thing would be done completely different.
It's not that easy.
And it'd be a winning team.
You can't say that. I don't know if it would be a winning team. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Craig, there's a reason why we don't have the billions of dollars to be able to buy a fucking franchise.
We're not rich.
Even if someone gave us that money and said, go buy a franchise, we would probably throw it in the ground because we have no financial anything.
You put smart guys around you.
So you're still spending money.
Right. Well, you're going to spend money, but you put smart guys around you that can do the stuff you don't know how to do. That's what makes a winner. That's why Ishbia.
Okay, so then you don't blame it on Ishbia. You blame it on James Jones.
You put it on Ishbia because Ishbia is the one, like you said, he wanted the KD trade, whatever. Okay, you don't want to give James Jones that credit or that negative. Okay, so that's Ishbia there. So that's a dumb fucking move.
Okay, no, I don't think it's a dumb move though. I like KD.
Then
I don't know why you keep thinking that's a dumb move. He's played so well for us.
He's a good player, but he's on the back end of his career. He hasn't really played incredibly well since he left Golden State due to injuries mainly. And he's on the back end.
He's putting in work with Bol
and in the club.
Shooting fucking jumper. My boy puts in work all day.
I like KD. I just the whole way this is played out.
I just hope they all come back next year furious and they come back with a vengeance.
Me too, but I thought
that's
this
it.
Year.
Okay, who cares? I thought that this year because new owner, let's hype up. Yeah, let's go. That's why. Now we understand what the fuck is going on. and I'm just hoping for the best. Last year, I thought it was going to just happen. Like, bam, this shit's going to be, they're going to hit threes. Everyone's going to be open. Now I realize it's not going to be that easy because but I also thought, even last season, I said, I thought they were going to get a point guard. Did they? And after I saw they didn't get a point guard, my fucking attitude changed. So now, do we go into this season again with no point guard, or can we go into it this season with some point guard? Because if we go into it with the point guard, my attitude is going to be more chilled. Okay, now we got a point guard. We got a guy that can fucking control this offense a little bit. Give Devin Booker some breathing. Give KD breathing. Able to find KD on his spots. You got a new coach. So I'm trying to look at it as positive. Last year it was more on like a high, like, oh yeah, like fucking we got this new owner. This is awesome. He's gonna change everything around. Now I realize where we're at, and I realize this ain't gonna be easy. So I'm more of like, I'm hoping for the best. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and go, oh yeah, they're gonna fucking suck for the next 98 years. Like, what the fuck?
It's one thing to hope for the best, and one thing to be realistic.
There's not gonna be the only way you could be a realistic is if you know for sure what they did is fucked. And you can't say that yet. No one can say that yet.
Yeah. So far, the proof's in the pudding. So far,
the proof is in the pudding, but they can't say that yet. There's not enough time. If you bring in a guy that just took over a team and you give him 1 year and then immediately you're ready to take his head off, then there's something wrong with the fan base and your logic, or the people who are watching this whole situation as logic. Because you got a new guy that's coming in that's figuring it out. What if he's like, oh, James Jones, let me give him this year. Okay, I got KD. Let's see what he does. Okay, he didn't get a point guard. Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to take the grunt of it. I'm going to take most of the blame. He's going to take some of the blame. We didn't play for. But now this season, you're like, hey, bro, hey, see, no point guard. I told you. Now is James Jones going to get a point guard? That's my question.
I don't know.
That is my question. Okay, you last year is down the drain.
Okay.
But this year is a new year. So now what do? Figure it out. So what do you need? You need a point guard. You need a power forward. You need a bench work, right? So you go find those guys somehow, some way. You give up Nurk for a point guard. Figure it out.
Well, obviously, but I just don't have faith from the past 2 years-ish.
I can't put
3
2 years.
years.
I can only say 1 year.
So this year, the last half of
he's under new ownership. It was only his first year. What are you talking about?
But still,
you're talking about Ishbia. You're talking about James Jones then.
Yes, he's the one putting it all together.
Then you have to be specific.
He's the one building it, right?
So you say the manager. The manager, not the fucking owner.
The whole organization.
No, because the manager sometimes does have a lot more say in certain things than the owner. And Ishbia has already said that I let Matt do his thing on those. But I did have a say in the KD trade.
Okay.
So now you got that out of the way, right? We both fucked up on the KD trade, or we both did it.
Okay.
We'll know after really this year. You'll really know if you fucked up, but then it goes on both of your shoulders.
Well, sure.
But how can James Jones save his fucking job at the end of this year if it does go to shit? You get a point guard. Well, that's how you save your job.
Okay, maybe,
you get a fucking point guard.
Maybe, but you better get a point guard that can distribute.
Yes, obviously. You just say there's tons of them. They're out there. They'll play for us. You just have to figure out how to get him here.
Okay.
You trade someone. You trade 2 guys for him. Whatever the situation, he doesn't even need to be an A-B type of fucking point guard. Give me like a C dude, like a McConnell. I'm not saying you're going to get him.
He might come here,
but a McConnell, I would 1,000,000,000% love for him to run the offense. Why not? He's small. He knows how to get through the offense. He knows how to get through defenses. He passes. He could shoot. He doesn't give a fuck about being number 1.
Yeah.
Why not? You could find those guys.
Okay, but you are basically saying they're just a point guard away from being championship caliber.
Not just the point guard. You need a few more pieces, but that's a big one. That's like a big piece of the pie. If you were to get a piece of pie, how much is that? It's 50% of it. Now, and the 25 and 25% is for forward, and the other one is for the guys on the bench to help the bench. So you get rid of pretty much everyone except like 7 guys. I think it is. Yeah.
I mean...
No, everyone except not even 7 guys. I think like 5 guys. KD, Booker, Beal, unless you could get rid of Beal, which I don't see that happening. Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, that's 5. And Bobo, because it looks like Bobo is going to be here. They want him. And I heard that he's going to have a bigger role. And I think he was used bad last year. And I think he can be a lot better and be a lot better defensively. All that.
He showed progress throughout the year. He showed progress. And I really started to like him as the year went on because he showed progress. But he didn't get a chance in the playoffs at all, really. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out and see what happens.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting, man. I think they're gonna do some things, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. If they go into the season with no point guard, I'm gonna say it's a fucking crapshoot. Like the season's fucking down the drain. And
I mean, because you can get a point guard. Does it mean he's any good? Does it mean he fits the team? Like they tried to do with Bradley Beal.
So you get a guy that fits the team. You got to figure that out.
We'll find out.
You look at the guys you get. Look at the guys that are available, and you say, hey. This guy distributes a lot. This guy doesn't have a big ego, whatever, and you just make it happen. What the fuck? Like,
I'm not.
What else are you gonna do?
I'm not counting on much.
I'm not counting on much, but I think they're gonna be surprising more people than you think.
And we'll see. Draft is coming up soon.
They're not doing no. They're going to use that 22 overall pick, and you're probably going to see your.
No, they're going to trade it.
Power forward or point guard. That will be the guy that will.
They're going to trade that pick.
I don't give a fuck what they do. You're still going to see a point guard or a power forward.
They're not going to have the pick to draft it. You draft. That's what I'm saying. They're going to trade the pick away for a player. I think.
That's what I said.
Yeah, they're.
You're going to trade that pick away for a point guard or a power forward.
Probably.
It's going to be straight up.
We'll see what happens as the draft comes. But even beyond that is because then that's when you start. You have after the draft, and you have free agency to see who's.
I think if they could give up that 22 overall pick for like a decent point guard in the NBA right now, I think they should do it.
Depending on who it is, yeah.
Why? Just give me Joseph. I like him. He could run the offense. He's fine.
Depends on who it is.
Give me the guy that was on the Charlotte Hornets and he kept coming off the bench and then coming on it. He's a shooter, but he could also distribute.
I'd rather have like a Mike Conley.
Okay, so bring in Mike Conley. I guarantee you Mike Conley ain't going back to fucking Timberwolves next year. Why don't you just get him for a year?
Somebody like that would be good for a year.
Why don't you go get him for a year? How about that? Hey,
that would help.
You beat us. Hey, guess what? They're probably not going to pay you. Come to our team. We'll pay you for another year. You could play with KD, Booker, and Beal. Now you could fucking... I think he's better equipped for the Suns than he is for Timberwolves.
Because of the players that they have?
Yeah.
As opposed to...
Yes.
I mean, to be able to distribute and get it... He's a wily vet, as they call him, so that...
So why not get him? Why not get him?
I'm good with that.
So you get him. Now you don't even have to worry about it because now you don't have to give up picks. You don't have to do nothing like that.
That would be fine.
Now you could take the 22 and either draft the power forward or you trade it for a power forward. And you go get some guy in the NBA that hustles and plays defense, is a high flyer. Who knows? Someone's going to have to get let go. They can't pay all these.
No, of course. I mean, well, the NBA money, fucking, they're paying everybody. They're paying scrubs.
And HBO will probably pick him up and then fucking pay him next year, and he'll be here for like 3-4 years, and you'll see. That's how it's going to have to be.
Well, it has to, but we'll see what happens.
I think that they need a guy like a Ty Lawson type of fucking point guard. Like I said, like Corey Joseph, like something like that. Any of those guys. Those guys would be good players on the Suns.
We'll see. I'm not expecting
Cole, the guy from the Orlando Magic. Or give me Markelle Fultz as the point guard.
No, I don't think I'll pass on that.
Why? He's tight. He could play. He's a good player. Why not? He could run the offense. Why not? He knows how to handle the ball. He knows how to pass.
After he got the yips, it was over.
The what?
The yips.
What's that?
When he fucking couldn't, he didn't even remember how to shoot. And, he had all the struggles. And
how do you not remember how to shoot?
Oh, yeah. He got he physically could not remember how to shoot. And that's why he fell apart. He was the number 1 overall pick and then just disappeared because he got the yips and who knows what happened to him. I think it was a good episode of fucking arguing with your dumb ass,
Hey, but it's the truth. You get to understand.
I mean, it's a difference of opinion.
You can't say anything unless you give it more time. That's like fucking you can't just put something together that's going to work forever or
If
a
it's a
long
short-term,
time
if it's a short-term
within
fix,
1
you
year.
can. When it's a short-term thing,
What
yes,
the
you
fuck?
can.
This doesn't work like that.
But this is a short-term thing, so yes.
It's kind of a short-term
It's a win
thing.
now.
It's kind of a short-term thing. They're kind of still looking at the future. They said they're looking
not
at
doing
getting
a very
things.
good job looking too far in the future. They're
Well, it was
looking
1
very,
year. You
they're
can't
looking
say
very
that.
short-sighted.
And actually, they do have some draft picks, so they're okay.
Very short-sighted.
They do have some draft picks, so they're okay.
They got one.
Well, they don't. I think they have like 3 or 4. That's still not enough. I think, yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. We'll probably see you guys
Comment,
soon.
tell us how you would build a roster, how you would build a team, and tell us
And if
which
you
one
can,
is
give
right.
us some money so we could actually buy our own team and prove you guys wrong. All right? See you
right.
guys soon.
Thanks, guys.